We all face them. Those challenges, those fears, those tough moments that just kind of loom on the horizon like a big, dark storm cloud. They're just part of life, right? You can't avoid them. But how you choose to respond to them, well, that changes absolutely everything. So let me ask you this, straight up. When a storm is brewing in your life, what's your first instinct? What do you do? It's a really simple question, but man, the answer tells you so much about how you navigate the world.
Because here's the thing about life's storms. They almost never send an invitation. They just show up, right? One minute, things are fine, and the next, bam, there's a huge project at work, or a difficult conversation you've been dreading, or some totally unexpected setback. And right there, in that moment, you have a choice to make.
To figure out that choice, let's head out to the Great Plains. When a storm rolls in, there are two animals that have these famously different ways of reacting: the cow and the bison. Now, this might sound like a simple little story, but trust me, it holds a pretty profound lesson for all of us.
Okay, so first up, you've got the cow. The cow sees those storm clouds gathering, and it does what seems totally logical. It turns and it starts to run away from it. The cow's whole instinct is just, nope, I want to avoid this discomfort. I gotta get away from the wind and the rain as fast as I possibly can.
But here's the fatal flaw in that strategy. A storm moves across the plains at a certain speed. And a cow isn't exactly a world-class sprinter. So by running away with the storm, the cow actually ends up staying inside it for way, way longer. It maximizes its time in the misery it was trying to escape in the first place. And then you have the bison. The bison sees that exact same storm, and it does something that seems completely nuts. It turns its body and walks directly toward the storm. It literally charges headfirst into the wind and the rain. And the difference in the outcome? It is just staggering. By running away, the cow makes its suffering last as long as possible. But the bison? By charging straight through, it gets through the storm faster than any other animal out there. It minimizes the pain and finds that clear blue sky on the other side so much quicker. So here's the big reveal. This whole thing was never really about cows and bison, was it? It's a story about us. Our storms just look a little different. They're made of procrastination, or the fear of failure, or those really hard conversations we do anything to put off. And we face this choice every single day. Think about it. Do you put off that tough email to your boss? Do you keep hitting snooze on starting that workout? Do you just avoid that one awkward talk you know you need to have with a friend? That's being the cow. Or do you turn around, take a deep breath, and walk right into it, knowing it's the fastest way through? This whole idea completely reframes that feeling we're always trying to avoid: discomfort. Our brain is wired to think discomfort equals danger, so we run. But for most of our modern storms, it's not danger. That feeling, that friction, that's the feeling of growth. It's literally the sensation of you getting stronger. So how do you actually do this? How do you put it into practice? It's a really simple 3-step process. First, you have to see the storm on your horizon. Don't pretend it isn't there. Second, you just acknowledge it. Give it a name. Say, okay, this is going to be hard. And third, you take that first step directly into it. It all just boils down to this one simple truth. Every single time we avoid something difficult, we're choosing the path of the cow. We are actively choosing to make our own suffering last longer. Courage isn't about not being afraid. It's just making the decision that the fastest way out is straight through. So the next time you see a storm gathering on your horizon, you know the choice is yours. You can turn your back and try to outrun it. Or you can stand your ground, turn to face it, and walk straight on through. Be the bison. So, what storm are you going to face first?